people out there, whoever comes upon this stream. I hope you're having a wonderful day, morning, afternoon, whatever it is you're having when you find this. This will be as the title indicates, the fourth in a series. I am going over the 100 proofs that the Earth is not a globe by William Carpenter. William Carpenter was a friend and devotee of a gentleman who went by the name of Parallax. He is the grandfather of the modern flat Earth movement or beliefs, whatever. And since, I will admit, I have a hard time wrapping my mind around that somebody in the 21st century, with everything we have at our disposal as far as the ability to instantaneously talk to this side of the planet, all the scientific knowledge that can be searched and Googled and everything else, I have a hard time wrapping my mind around someone believing in the flat Earth. So I figured I'd go back to, more or less the beginning and look at Carpenter's 100 proofs and see if I can be convinced. I'm doing them 4 at a time, and we're going to do 13 through, I believe, 17 tonight. And we have Pope Phil. We have ZXL Master. Hello, guys. Thank you for stopping in. You will receive an edumacation, I'm sure, as we go over the next little group of proofs. And of course, I would be amiss if I didn't just behave like a real YouTuber. And first, number one, that's 2, I guess. First, number 1, let's would you ZXL Master a happy birthday? Happy birthday, ZXL Master. If you go to the Nulo Games site over at DriveThruRPG or Nulo Games Store, I will give you a birthday present. Any book you want could be yours for free. Any single book, any single ebook there can be yours for free. Just let me know and give me an email address, and you will get a download link, and it shall be yours. Happy birthday, my friend. Happy birthday. And as number 65, wow, you're older than me. That's scary. Turns out that I was the oldest person on YouTube. Apparently not. What is this now? I got another weird message. Oh well, doesn't matter. Back to the YouTubey things. Make sure you push the like button, and subscribe if you're not subscribed, and push the little bell notification so you know when I'm pretty much when I do everything except post shorts. And I post I posted a short yesterday, I think it was. Very important correction to something that everyone is doing wrong. I wonder if I need to replay it as part of this stream, just to make sure that the word gets out. You know what? We'll cover the very important flat Earth information, and then we will maybe we'll put up that I will follow the example of my the most powerful force in the universe by running my own videos and making you watch them, making you watch me as you watch me, or something. All right. And well, if No, you see, the thing about getting all digital products for free at New Love Games, that's all we got. We don't have anything but digital products. Maybe someday I'll feel motivated to actually go through the effort to make something that works as a print product, but so far I haven't. And and plus, we literally have hundreds of products. We don't just have what is it? What is Toledo up to now? 3, 4, right? Because he's got his book, and then he's got his trifold, then he's got his cop card, whatever he's calling that, and his poster. Still no game, I don't think, but yeah. So we have hundreds of products. He's got 4 or 5. So yeah, no, you can't get everything for free. We're not going to do that. Homie, don't play that. But I do have discounted bundles that you can go look at. And now that I've gotten the games just imaginary products. Well, they're just digital. They're not imaginary. They're quite real. At least I think they are quite real. We'll look at that page after we get our edumacation out of the way, shall we? Oh, yeah, but no, they're not imaginary products. The only imaginary products are the ones that we announced and then never finished, like Science Sleuth 6 or The Secrets of Kofefe. What else did we say that we were doing? And we had cover designs and initial kind of teaser material. Potheads. I think we had a thing called Potheads that never actually got finished either. So yeah, we have a handful of things that are imaginary products, but maybe someday they will not be. But we'll see. All right, so let's get the show on the road for what people came to actually see. I know I'm supposed to just spin my wheels and waste time for 10 minutes. I still don't comprehend why people feel the need to do that, but that seems to be the standard that every real YouTuber has. Maybe someday somebody will educate me. Yep, we were going to finish T20 Potheads, but we got high. Yep, that's exactly true. Actually, no, what happened was I spent a lot of time hand drawing a map of this kind of plane of Wifty or plane of Woofty. I forget the name of it now. There's actually a what's the word for it? I forget now. But someone who works for the police in drug enforcement and stuff. He gave us slang terms for pot and for potheads and things, and suggested that the magical land that when you smoke a certain brand of pot, magic cursed pot, you get sent into this realm. And I drew the map, hand-drawn map, spent way too much time on it, and then said map got destroyed in a coffee mishap. And it had not yet been scanned, so no other copy existed. And at that point, I said, screw it. We're going to miss the April deadline anyway, especially if I've got to redo that goddamn map. So D20 Potheads stalled. And we never did end up with a cover that I liked. We had some ideas, but nothing that I really felt was a good cover. So the 10 minutes maximize ad revenue. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, I guess now I'm maximizing ad revenue because I ended up with 10 minutes because somebody made a joke about the Potheads product that ended up never seeing light of day. It might still, I don't know. It's unlikely though. All right, let's get this show on the road. see here. We're sharing. Let's just go the entire screen just to, so I don't have to keep remembering to get the right tab selected and whatever else. We'll share the system audio in case that comes up. All right. Okay. Yes, Pope Phil has not only made this 10 minutes to maximize my ad revenue, but he got me thinking about D20 potheads, and maybe it'll be finished. Although the really good stuff that would have been in that, aside from the description of the land of Wifty or Woofty or whatever the heck, the really good stuff is already up on the New Low Games blog. So you could get all the rules for being a pothead and all the rules for the magic pot, because we were borrowing from we were inspired by and borrowing from a series of films called Evil Bong from Full Moon Entertainment. They're terrible movies. I mean, there's really no other way to describe them. They are just terrible movies. But the idea of an evil sentient bong that if you smoke it, it draws you into a dimension of what of basically evil. That seemed funny to us, and so we stole it. And kind of like Secrets of the Witch Kind is, if you sort of squint, turn your head sideways, you'll see that it is actually an unauthorized adaptation of Bewitched. And Secrets of the Immortals, if you kind of turn your head a little bit on that one and squint, you'll see that it is borrowing rather heavily from Doctor Who, and also from the old Batman villain Ra's al Ghul and his resurrection pool thing, whatever. So yeah, we certainly are all original at New Low Games. Well, actually, the key to that is my philosophy of game design when it comes to role-playing games is what people can recognize as something they're familiar with. If there's something in there that's familiar with, they can hook onto. It will be a more successful and more popular product than something that is completely original and off the wall and straight up bizarre. Now, my theory has never really been proven because we have sales that number in the dozens, I tell you. So yeah, there it is. Anyhow, you guys came here to learn about flat Earth and to realize that the flat earthers are the ones that have the real truth. And why is that getting smaller when I'm hitting the plus button? What in the hell? Okay, this is not working. Why is this not working? It's enlarging the wrong freaking thing. Yeah, I lost the stuff that I already had set up for this when I nuked all of my links and stuff on this computer, and it's been just a crazy couple of weeks. I haven't had okay. Well, let's try this. I probably should not have downloaded that new version of Windows because I have had nothing but pains in the ass when dealing with computers and dealing with this computer ever since. Jesus Christ. Yeah, and of course I didn't have time to do any kind of tests or anything because of the crap at work. Okay, so no, I did not steal a computer that's not mine. I probably should have. Search with Bing. No, I want to search my goddamn computer so I can see what that download of the I can swear now that we're 10 minutes in, right? And I won't get flagged for being a bad person. Although I did find it very interesting. I put out a little short that was absolutely sarcastic about Hamas and all of their little psychotic, moronic supporters. And initially, YouTube had it flagged as unsuitable for advertisers and limited ads. Although now it's just green and everyone can, I get ad revenue from it like everybody else. And this is really starting to piss me off. For fuck's sake. All right, well, let's just do. No, don't want to do that. Okay, maybe I'm just going to scrap this and figure out where in the ever-loving fuck my files are. Jesus Christ. Okay, well. Okay, well, we'll do this. Maybe that'll find it for me. Working on it, it says. Yeah, I just figured, hey, I'll open up the web page and I can just zoom in on the pages of the book. But no, of course, the pages don't zoom. The frame around the pages zoom because that makes a shitload of sense. Well, no items match my search. Okay, well, there we go. There was a PDF that I downloaded that I could have opened up, but I don't know where it disappeared to after I blew up everything that was organizing my files. Maybe it's in here, although that would make no sense. No, okay. No proofs of the earth being flat tonight, people, because I screwed up my files even more so than I thought I screwed up my files. So, yeah, well. Okay, well, on that note, I guess if somebody else wants to come up and plug something, they can, because I am out of stuff and I'm out of patience. We're already on a short fuse tonight, so I guess I'll put the link out if somebody wants to come up and they can plug something if they feel so inclined. Oh, for fuck's sake, not even that. Well, I had an article about how Australia doesn't exist, but again, I've lost it because all of my setups went away last week when I downloaded Windows 11. And I haven't had time to try to go in and fix anything. You know, if I could just find a okay, well, let's see what's in this folder. Maybe it's in here. Nope. It's not in the YouTube folder where I, would think it would have been. So at any rate, I think that's about it for tonight. Thank you guys for coming out. I can't find shit. And if I could find I don't know, just a single goddamn PDF, I could maybe just open that up and it would give me recent files and I could go at it that way. But I can't even find a single freaking PDF on this computer right now. Wow, what in the fuck? Yeah, it's too bad. You're the only one that decided to watch it, Cap, because that's going to prove to be a good show. There's going to be every couple of weeks. I'm going to put up another episode of Man with a Camera, and it's promising to be good. God, fuck. I literally have hundreds of files, and I can't find a goddamn PDF right now. God. Okay. Yeah. And this fucking screen. Yeah, I tried the search window and it gave me nothing. It told me file couldn't be found. So God damn. Okay. No, of course not. Well, Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, yeah, Charles Bronson was a neat thing. I guess. Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, if anyone wants to come up and say something intelligent, because I sure as fuck can't say something intelligent tonight, you're more than welcome to pop up. Yeah, he can be entertaining because I sure as hell can tonight. Well, anyhow, so this was a bust. I do apologize, people. Lots of word files. Lots and lots of word files. Make a PDF, I guess. All right. Well, anyhow, guys, I appreciate you coming by for maybe for something, but since I can't get a freaking thing off the ground, here, Pope can entertain you. There you go, Pope. Hi.
You seem to be having a bit of a struggle there, Steve.
Yeah, I am.
It's okay.
So we'll try this again next Monday. We'll do part 3 or part 4, whatever the hell part I'm on. Oh, we can take a voters quiz. There you go.
There we go.
We just had a nationwide vote. Hi, Hank. Welcome to the shit show. There's really nothing else going on other than that. I thought I had figured out where the things were on the computer now, and I had not. So, I'm gradually thinking if there's any more ways to embarrass myself. Uh,
Oh, there are always ways, Steve.
yeah.
There are always ways.
Um, so, what's coming up on Welsh News Network this coming week? Might as well plug that while we're here.
Um,
Hey, Hank.
right. Hey, Hank.
Welcome.
Hello.
Hank would have a better idea than I would.
What's the
Probably,
question?
probably more infomercial.
Yeah, there's another infomercial because I can't do.
What's coming up on Welsh News Network this week?
God, I wish I could convince him to do a chili-free day, but we'll
Oh
see.
no, more chili. Okay. Okay. Because yeah, what's not coming up tonight are 100 proofs, and yeah, well, maybe I can try to get at the YouTube and use that link that ZXL's hopefully put up there, but I can't. We're using it in StreamYard, so this is just more fuckery, is what it is.
Well, I do have a little short I've been working on.
Okay, yeah, let's watch.
Ooh.
Let's watch your little. Let's watch the short. Let's preview what you're working on, Hank. Because, like I said, I sure as hell can't come up with anything tonight.
We've already played my extensive video library.
Well, meanwhile, I'll continue my hunt for PDFs, and maybe I can.
Just a second, I'm getting this one.
There are literally hundreds of them somewhere on this goddamn machine.
Hopefully the sound comes through with this.
Oh, okay. Let me see. There it is. Okay. Add to stage.
Or if you look up in Google, Abraham Howard shot by a dozen police officers, you'll see Corporal Connor fire.
You look up what?
Abraham Howard shot by.
What does he say? Can
Connor is also the same cover. If you look up in Google, Abraham Howard shot by a dozen police officers, you'll see Corporal Connor.
I can't understand him. Can someone who's black help me out here? His accent, I can't understand it.
Oh, Jordan, I speak jive.
I gotta get it formatted to the right shape, size for shorts, and slap my outro on it. But as soon as he said that airplane line came into my head and stayed there.
Oh, that's great, Hank. That's awesome.
So he he really said that?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay. That's actually pretty goddamn funny. Oh my gosh. Oh no. All right, so Tony Capstick. What's Tony Capstick? Do I dare look into that? Let's see.
But when I do get it finished off, I'm gonna leave it available for anybody who wants to put it on their channels, just to trigger chili.
Well, I think that might be a good idea. Tony
Yes,
Capstick
that would be an excellent idea.
My only request when people add it to their lineup is they put a hashtag for chili to know it's there.
Okay, Capstick comes home. Here it is. I guess we can play that and get this demonetized. You can. All right.
No,
Let's.
no, Surrender Monkey. He never challenges anyone to prove he isn't racist. He just simply states he isn't racist.
Yeah.
There's no
Yes.
challenge. There's no challenge to it.
All right. So I have no idea what this is. So let's find out.
It's Chapstick Comes Home. Can you read?
Yeah. I can. So I don't know if this is going to cause an echo or what. But we'll find out. If it does, let me know, and then I will figure out something else. I'm already thinking I should just go ahead and delete this particular stream when I'm done, but we'll see.
I'll never forget that first day at Pit. Me and my father worked a 72-hour shift, and then we walked home 43 miles through snow in his bare feet, huddled inside his clothes made out of old sacks. Eventually we trudged over hill until we could see street light twinkling in our village. My father smiled down at me through icicles hanging off his nose. "Nearly home now, lad," he said. We stumbled into house and stood there freezing cold and tired out, shivering and miserable in front of meagre fire. "Any road," my mum says. "Cheer up, lads. I've got you some nice brown bread and butter for your tea." My father went crackers. He reached out and gently pulled my mum towards him with throat. "You big, fat, idle, ugly wart," he said. "You great, useless, spawny-eyed, parrot-faced wazzock." He had a way with words, my father. He'd been to college, you know. "You've been out playing bingo all afternoon instead of getting some proper snap ready for me and this lad," he explained to me poor little purple-faced mum. Then turning to me, he said, "Arthur?" He could never remember my name. "Here's A for Crown. Nip down to Chipoil and get us a nice piece of haddock for us tea. Man cannot live by bread alone." He were a right day to me father. He said as how working folk should have some dignity and pride and self-respect, and as how they should come home to somewhat warm and cheerful. And then he threw me mum on fire. We didn't have no tellies or shoes or bedclothes. We made us own fun in them days. Do you know, when I were a lad, you could get a tram down into town, buy 3 new suits and an overcoat, 4 pair of good boots, go and see George Formby at Palace Theatre, get blind drunk, have some steak and chips, a bunch of bananas and 3 stone of monkey nuts, and still have change out in a farming. We'd lots of things in them days they haven't got today. Rickets, diphtheria, Hitler, and we did look well going to school with no backside in his trousers and all his little heads painted purple because we had ringworm. They don't know they're born today.
Okay. Well.
Okay.
As usual, Surrender Monkey, you bring high quality to the channel.
I thought Surrender Monkey was banned from making video suggestions a long time ago.
Oh, we can always show Shock the Monkey again.
Yeah. Oh, ZXL, you did inspire me to sort of go poking around, and yeah, I was trying to figure out a way to get your link to work and not have YouTube ball out when I had to go to my own stream. But I found this, and we can still get some proofs out of the way. So over at Project Gutenberg, it dawned on me that they might have a copy. And in fact, this is even better than one I was using because they have the proofs all listed and titled. And did he get sold for scientific experiments? That guy, probably. Yeah. So I think let's see if this will work. If not, then I'll try to get at ZXL's. Yeah, this is still gonna do the same crap, isn't it? No, I can actually make this one larger. Okay, perfect. And you guys can see the proofs and you can read along. All right, well, we wasted an hour and we had me pitch a temper tantrum. So
it's been a successful stream so far.
Yeah.
As long as you didn't pull a chili and pitch a tent.
But pitching the tent isn't the problem. It's getting the tent to go away. That's the problem.
Yeah, well, chili worked at it until this problem was solved.
Yeah. So make sure that you tell coded friend, whoever else, that hey, if they want to watch me behave like a baby online, then I just have 20 minutes of it. Yeah. Basically, I spent the day dealing with tech issues. I come home and I deal with more tech issues.
Yay!
They're of my own creation. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So.
That's why you see every painter's house needs painting.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll go and use those links that you put up in the side chat. ZXL. I'll go back and replay the stream and get at them that way. And then maybe I'll have a PDF I can goddamn well find. But anyhow, tonight we'll just use Gutenberg.org's version of the 100 proofs, and we are on number 13. Yeah. Yes, we are on number 13. Number 13. No, are we on 13?
Yes.
Wait, what? Yes, we're on 13. Yes.
13.
Okay, and it continues with him talking about compasses and the ocean. And as the mariner's compass points north and south at one and the same time, and the meridian is a north and south line, it follows that meridians can be no other than straight lines. Oh, yeah, straight lines around a circle.
Uh-huh.
Or a ball. Take a pen, draw a line around a ball, and there you go. This is not a proof of anything, really, in my opinion. But since all meridians on a globe are semicircles, it is incontrovertible proof that the Earth is not a globe.
What?
How are they semicircles?
I don't know.
All right. Maybe meridians are semicircles. Oh, wow, look at that. Someone's already... Meridian is a circle, as unlike the latitude parallels, they are circles, and longitude meridians are semicircles converging at poles. I'm not smart enough for this, obviously. I need to study.
I understand what they mean.
Okay.
Each of the meridians go from north to south pole.
Right.
And it's a semicircle, even though there's another meridian that will start at the pole and go the other way. So you have to make the circle, you have two arcs.
So you have half. Yeah, two. There you go. Two arcs, half a circle and half a circle. Okay, I get it now. I see it now.
Yeah.
they finish a circle if opposite meridians are taken together, but they are taken as two different meridians individually. Okay, now I get it, and now I understand and I comprehend. And yep, think pie slices. Yep, because that's kind of the way. Yep, I get it. Yeah, I just you explain it in the way, Hank, that is easier to visualize, and the meridians are semicircles, therefore the Earth is not a globe.
I would even better analogy would be orange slices.
Yeah, because you put those together. Well, this guy, I mean, Mr. Carpenter is thinking of a pie probably when he said that since they're all semicircles, they are poles. Although that also the model he had where you're sailing in a circle when you're traveling around the Earth, which I need to find.
Well, if there wasn't those pesky land masses in the way, that would work.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Yep. I will check my email since DXL is asking me to check my email. Okay, he sent me the link to. Oh, what's this? All right, that's not the email I wanted to see right now. Okay. Okay. Well, now I have a PDF again of the 100 proofs. Thank you, ZXL. Much appreciated. So I'm still trying to figure out why. Okay, so meridians are semicircles.
Uh-huh.
And he says that's incontrovertible proof that the Earth is not a globe. Does that mean that the globe is like you cut an orange in half and you put the flat part face down? And the meridians are drawn like on that?
That doesn't match their map.
No. Well, their map to circles. Okay. Number 14. Maybe this will enlighten it. Parallels of latitude. Parallels of latitude only. Of all imaginary lines on the surface of the Earth. Okay, so parallels of latitude, quote unquote, only of all imaginary lines on the surface of the Earth are circles. Well, okay, yeah, which increase progressively from the northern center to the southern circumference. Okay.
Well, the meridians paired with their opposites make a circle.
Yeah.
It's just each meridian is from north to south pole. So.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Actually, let me get so I can see what's going on here. Me, Cap, he was telling me to check my email because he sent me a link to the PDF that I was trying to find that I downloaded, and it's somewhere on my computer, and who the heck knows where. But he sent me a link to
when that happens.
That's over at I'm sorry, what, Hank?
I said I hate when that happens.
Yeah, well, I literally have hundreds of PDFs on this computer, and I couldn't find a single one. Okay, so the mariner's course in the direction of any one of these concentric circles in his longitude, the degrees of which increase to such an extent beyond the equator, going southward, that hundreds of vessels have been wrecked because of the false idea created by the untruthfulness on the charts and the globular theory together, causing the sailor to continually getting off of his reckoning. With a map of the Earth in its true form, all difficulty is done away with, and ships may be conducted anywhere with perfect safety. This, then, is very important practical proof that the Earth is not a globe.
Okay, so other than this statement, is there any proof for any of that?
Right. See,
No.
that's something else.
None
too.
at all.
He's arguing to a conclusion. I mean, there's nothing in here that is. Yeah. Oh my gosh, and I said that wrong, but yeah, this is not a proof of anything. This is him making a statement.
Well, can we send this PDF to Chile and see how long it takes him to become a flat earther?
Yeah. We should probably try that. Right. No, GXL. I went and I clicked on the link and I saw it, and I have actually re-downloaded that file again. So now hopefully I'll be able to find it. It's in my download folder now. And maybe I'll just leave it there so I can easily find it. All right, so number 15. Are we at 15? Yes, 15. The idea that instead of sailing horizontally around the Earth, ships are taken down one side of the globe, then underneath, and are brought up the other side to get home again is, except as a mere dream, impossible and absurd. And since there are neither impossibilities nor absurdities in the simple matter of circumnavigation, it stands without argument a proof that Earth is not a globe. How does it stand without argument?
Because it makes sense in his head.
Yeah. Okay.
Because he said so. It's on the internet. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. The idea that is so. All right. Now I'm trying to wrap my mind around to see where the proof in this is. The idea is of sailing horizontally. So he's just saying that it's all a flat area, that you're not sailing over a curve. So, and again,
Yes.
once again, I just have to keep coming back to, I have yet to have him tell me why can I be up in a tall building, look out over Puget Sound and out into the ocean, and I can see ships sail out there, and they don't disappear in the haze. They go under the horizon. They go over the horizon. I still have not had anyone explain that to me in this guy's proofs.
It's all a massive conspiracy. The ships are actually sinking. Right at that. They get out so far and they start sinking.
No, it's perspective. Right? You just lack perspective. Because if you had a high quality camera and you could zoom out past what your eyes could see, you would see the ship is still there in full. That's the claim.
Okay.
So it isn't that it goes over or under the horizon. It's a matter of perspective. Your eyes are limited and can't see out the distance well enough.
Even if I have a pair of binoculars, I'm looking out over the ocean.
Yeah.
Yes, which doesn't explain when you go to higher altitudes, you see the ships further.
Right. No, that's why I use the example of I go up in a tall building and I look out over the water.
Yeah, but binoculars, Steve, are fisheye lenses, so that you can't use that.
Yeah. Okay. So sailing horizontally around. Yeah. Once again, I'm not seeing a proof here.
Well, maybe you have to find the pudding, because I hear the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah. Maybe that's what's beyond the Great Ice Wall, or it's pudding. Nothing but pudding. Pudding Pops. Was it Pudding Pops that?
Yeah.
Yes, Pudding Pops.
Pudding Pops.
But remember, you can't have your pudding if you don't eat your meat.
That's true. And somehow that brings us full circle around to chili, I think.
And maybe that's just because.
No, I said eat your meat, not beat your meat.
but because he can't speak jive, he misunderstood it, Hank.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Okay, so here we go. Number 16. That will be the last one for tonight. Especially since this bit with okay. The 15, I'm kind of a little bit stuck on that. It's not that I don't understand the language, I just don't understand. Well, again.
Yeah, Cap. I think it is the rabid sea monkeys pulling them down. And then when they get bored, they put them back up so they can come back to port.
I like this rabid sea smokers. That's one that it's someone should write descriptions of those. Maybe I'll have to do that. Okay, so here we go. Number 16. He's still proving us that the Earth is not a globe with
bullshit.
With yeah, I mean, let me go back to the charts thing. I mean, he was making the argument that the Earth is flat. The Earth is flat. That's why they don't bring globes onto ships to let them navigate where they're going.
What?
Yeah. That was one of the proofs that if the world was indeed round, mariners would have not flat charts and maps. They would instead have the more efficient globes, and they would be drawing their courses, I guess, on these model globes. Right?
Yes.
And do you know how big a globe you would need to do that on a ship?
Yeah, it would probably be 100-foot radius.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous on its face, and even taking into account this guy was in
Yes, surrender monkey. Oh, go ahead, Steve.
Even recognizing that he's in the 1800s, that's a kind of a ridiculous notion that because they use maps and charts that you can put on a table, and you can use your again, not your sectant, whatever. Once again, I can't remember what the little thing with the two spikes in it. That compass. Thank you. That you can use your compass and your other tools to sort of plot a course. And then he goes on to say that, well, the fact that ships use charts that take horizons and distances and quote curvature and into account, that's why ships crash and wreck onto the shores.
Or simply people didn't note there was an island there.
Yeah, right. His conclusions are just wacky. And did he really do that, Hank?
Yes, he did. The couple weeks back when he was playing the video of the off-duty police officer who got the court order to commit his ex to get her out of the way.
Oh yeah, I saw part of that.
Yeah. As he's holding him down, Chili's voice gets creepier and creepier. Then I looked over and you see his shoulder bobbing. And not much later, you see the expression on his face that, yeah. Little Chili popped.
Well, I mean, at least he's comfortable in front of a camera and with his audience, I guess. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Well, maybe he's trying to do an OnlyFans with the third camera, Hank.
Oh, there could be that.
Hopefully it's got a good zoom on it.
I do like Surrender Monkey's take on it, though. Stream himself strangling little Chili. Okay, so number
That's
16.
that's the title of his OnlyFans.
Strangling.
Strangling little Chili.
Oh man. Maybe when
I gotta go back and find that video, and I'm going to enlarge this section so you can see Chili. For everybody who's doubting what can be seen there.
oh man. That yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and look again because part of me is thinking I'm not an expert, but I still am aware when the camera is running. It's kind of why when I'm sitting here getting really angry and frustrated, I was okay. You got to kind of try to control yourself, you idiot, because this is going out there and this is forever on the internet. Even if I were to delete this stream, somebody would probably still be able to grab it, and I would, because I was looking like a fool for about 20, 30 minutes there, put it mildly. Even bigger fool than I usually look like. And
yeah.
Someone who claims to be a professional producer and actor and all this sort of stuff, you would think that
he would have at least turned off his camera while he
yes. I mean, there's like, how do you? Maybe he's like me. He doesn't know how to do that. I've forgotten how to.
No, he does it all the freaking time. He takes himself off so the image can be full view. Uh-oh. Steve clicked the wrong button again.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
That was not the right one that I clicked on there, was it? Is this the one? Ah, there we go. You can still hear me.
I would have laughed my ass off if you hit the disconnect button a second time.
Yeah, there's a little drop down that says stop mic /cam. And yeah, that just kicks me totally off the stream. Oops.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that would be, so if you feel yourself getting, this is, I guess, a tip. Maybe this needs to be turned into a short, and I can, important YouTube tips for YouTube.
Hey, that's completely appropriate for Chili.
Yeah. If you get really excited by a video that you're showing,
and when you've got to take care of your short, then you turn the camera off.
Yeah, I mean, really excited about what you're watching. Then you want to click, if you're in StreamYard, you want to click stop cam. And if you find yourself going, you might want to mute yourself too.
Oh God, that creepy the voice he was using was so freaking creepy. He just started getting the way that he's doing. Oh yeah. Fuck, Chili.
Oh my God. Oh, there's a full audiobook? Well, but then I'm out of a job, ZXL.
There's not a fool's audiobook.
Let's see, 16. Let's do 16. Because I'm looking at this and I read this and I'm not sure I even understand what he's trying to say. Actually, I don't. All right, so you guys are all smarter than me. 16. If the Earth were a globe, the distance round its surface at, say, 45 degrees south latitude could not possibly be any greater than it is at the same latitude north. But since it is found by navigators to be twice the distance, to say the least of it, or double the distance it ought to be according to the globular theory, it is proof the Earth is not a globe.
I'm trying to figure out what he's misconstruing in this now.
Yes, and no one's saying it's a perfect circle. I think that's what he's misunderstanding. That may have been a misinterpretation of some people, but that's not really the claim. Isn't the shape is perfectly round?
Well, you have to have the right charts to. It's not like you can just put all the charts together and come up with the globe.
Right.
So he's saying 45 degrees latitude south is half of 40. Of what?
When was this written?
18. Let's see. I want to say 1830 something, but I think that's wrong. Hang on, let me find the date.
Oh, it was in the 1800s.
Yes. Oh no, 1885, late 1800s.
Okay, but it was in the 1800s.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's all kinds of science this guy didn't have access to.
Okay.
Yes, we don't have the satellite images to create charts with that.
That's fake. That's fake. That's fake.
Of course.
Oh, thank God! With 17, he's going to move past the navigating the oceans and circumventing the globe and circumnavigating the globe.
Okay.
With the old way of hand doing the maps, I'm surprised they got the shape of the continents as close as they did.
Yes.
Well, actually, again, this could just be me, but I even might take that as proof that the Earth is a globe, because I think they did that by they're sailing along the coast, and then they go up in the hills inland and they look it from above. And I mean, I could be wrong, but that's how I picture them doing it.
They were doing it from the ships.
Just from the ships? Oh, okay. I mean, I haven't read up on it, so
there's a whole lot of coastline that you have to really travel to get to a mountain from.
Well, okay, that's good point. Yeah. 45 degrees latitude south, half of 45 degrees. Wait a minute. Does this even make any sense?
Probably not.
But trying to make sense of a flat earther's theories, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, maybe it's not.
I have a little bit easier time believing people from the 1800s thinking the Earth is flat. But
right. Because again, the best that this guy had access to was, hot air balloons going up high in the sky. Although planes were kind of around, weren't they? Yes.
I forget when the Wright brothers first flew.
Let's see, but still, they didn't get up all that high.
No.
And they didn't have the satellites, but well, that's the problem with the modern movement. I think they have to rely on it's fake and it's a grand conspiracy to keep the secret realm beyond the polar wall from us. And I still maintain the polar wall exists because of a misunderstanding of what a compass does.
Yes, and
yes,
and their argument about the limits of the eye is why you see things appear to go over the horizon.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it's something to do with your eye. Yeah.
Yeah, back then you didn't have 100+ floor high rises that you can look at lower floors and okay, at that distance it's falling off, and then go up to the top, and you can see it much further. Hell, you might see one of the ships that you saw go over the horizon.
Yep. Yeah, although I heard, I was watching or listening really to oh my God, Sovereign Soul, Unchained Mind.
Oh Lord.
Oh God, why would you do that?
Oh, I actually find it somewhat entertaining. I, you know, don't agree with most of it, but I enjoy listening to him. And
Okay.
some of his panelists make my brain just completely hurt. I mean, I think I like his kind of sarcastic sort of commentary on certain things. But one of the things that they were talking about that I also, don't know whether I was missing the point or whether I didn't hear the entire thing, but they were bringing up proofs about the Earth being flat. That you go up in high buildings, and the angle from this one building when it's standing on the Earth, and you go to this other building over in this other area, and you measure from the ground to the top, and the angle is not different. It should be if the Earth is curved. Which, once again, I have to go back to, we are tiny little microbes on a golf ball, and we can't really easily detect the curvature of that. At least that's my way of trying to understand.
Most of that that they get is a calculation that another flat earther made.
Yeah.
And so they're using the math. It doesn't work because they're not using the right math.
Okay, that could be
and
it.
Then they go, well, see, everyone accepts. Everyone
is it because
accepts
they're using
this.
the meth?
Yes. Everyone accepts this, math, and you go, okay, well, no, actually, no one except you guys accept that. like
yeah.
That's not what geologists are saying. I don't understand where you're getting this from.
Okay, so that could have been a la William Carpenter here, where he says basically some of these proofs are, well, the Earth is flat, and therefore that is proof that the Earth is flat.
Yes.
That seems to be some of the arguments he's presenting here. Or maybe I just need to go back and read all of these proofs involving ocean travel, because those are the ones I'm having the hardest thing to wrap my mind around. Which could be, again, I'm a dummy with humanities degrees and no math, even though somebody explained to me how a sextant works, and I was playing with one. It's been many, many years, but and just the math of using the compasses on charts and just sort of measuring things out. I used to have a vague idea how that stuff sort of works, and his notion that ships crash because they don't treat the Earth as flat when they're sailing along the ocean. I just cannot. I don't see how he gets to that particular end point in his thinking.
Because he can't conceive of any other explanation.
Yeah.
So therefore, it must be this.
Oh, Carrie is here. Hey, Carrie. I was too busy looking at the talk about mariners and compasses, and yeah, Steve teched again, and Steve lost his temper, which Steve hates doing. especially in public like this, because it's so juvenile. Yeah, 1903 is when the Wright brothers flew their plane. They were designing it before then and probably crashing things, but yeah. And yes, Carrie, we did miss you. In fact, you missed Charles Bronson taking his shirt off. And
He used to rip his shirt off all the time.
I know,
Yep.
but he in this one he takes his shirt off and he gets in a boxing ring and he gets slapped around by the other guy.
Alrighty then.
Yeah. And actually, it's a good. It is a good episode. I mean, Man of the Camera is the name of the thing, and it's worth checking out. It's only 25 minutes, so time well spent. Especially if you want to see Charles Bronson with his shirt off. Which, unless I'm confusing Kara with somebody else, she would enjoy that. Let's see. The most often number of dimples per golf ball falls between 300 and 500. Yep, and those dimples are like the oceans and lakes on Earth. Again, that's my idea of how to understand that the Earth is a globe and why it seems to be flat. We're just too goddamn small.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But I can see that his next proofs here actually are ones that I can wrap my mind around because he's getting more into philosophy and although he brings up things like the all-wise creator. But of course, the omniscient God and all-wise creator, if he made the earth round, then people could walk upside down, no problem, because he is the omniscient creator, and that's what he did. So it'll be interesting to see how this tack goes for him, because
they
didn't.
The biggest flaws with the flat earthers is they deny gravity is a thing.
Yeah, I keep hearing static electricity coming up.
Yeah, it isn't that they deny gravity; it's that they don't think gravity is a force. That
Yes,
they think it's a weak force, and therefore can't hold things to the ground.
Huh.
And since you, Hank, can't tell me what gravity is, therefore gravity doesn't exist because you can't explain it to me. And there really isn't a good theory of gravity. That's true. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
I mean, you'll get somebody like PhD Tony that will explain gravity.
Mm-hmm.
Starting from a higher level scientific and working his way down to where an infant should understand, yet flat earthers can't.
Right, but it's just simply, that's just simply confirmation bias. I can't understand it, therefore it can't be true because I can't understand it.
Yes, Carrie, that is indeed my book. Interesting little backstory. It started out actually as a movie and recipe sort of book, and then it morphed into that because it was decided that that's not a good idea. So ultimately, it became 150 movies you should see before you die. No. Sorry, that's wrong, Carrie. I just realized that's not the title of my book. My book is 150 movies you should die before you see. And it's basically a bunch of short reviews of movies that for one reason or another people would hate, even if some of them are my all-time favorite movies. And critics, there's one critic in particular that has a copy of the book, and whenever about once a year, maybe twice a year, we're at the same gatherings, and he always has the book with him, and he always wants to argue a particular film. That why is this in this book? This is a good movie. And I say, well, if you read the introduction, I tell you why, and the section it's in it explains why it's there. That if you don't like movies that are gory just to be gory, you're gonna hate Brain Dead. I think it's called Brain Dead. Is that Peter Jackson film where they're swinging on the zombie entrails across the lobby of this mansion? I think it's called Brain Dead.
Please tell me that the first Star Trek movie is in that list of the 150 movies not to watch.
I don't think so. No, nope, it's not. It's not. But it's been so
It
long.
should be.
It's been so long since I wrote that book and watched most of those movies that when he tries to argue, wants to argue about the films, I'm going. You know what? I don't remember. I don't remember what I wrote. It's been 25 years. It's been a long time. Brain Dead is the best film ever made, sir. Sir, take that back. Yes, actually, Brain Dead, and I say this in the book, Brain Dead, I love that movie. I love that movie, but I can see how lots and lots of people would hate that movie. I mean, come on, it's not a smart movie. But if you
Well, there's some movies that are just so bad they're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brain Dead, though, is not one of those. Brain Dead, if you like gross out humor and you find zombie movies mildly ridiculous, just in just conceptually, Brain Dead, I think, is, as both Carrie and Surrender Monkey say, is awesome. Again, I love it to death. I love the baby in the blender. I think that's one with that has the where he's using the lawnmower on the zombies as well. It is. I mean, it's just gore for the pure sake of gore.
Oh, I'm waiting for in one of the zombie movies when they have the big ass horde of zombies that are just walking down a road. Just take a street paver and roll over them.
Yeah. But yeah, I think Brain Dead was in there with a handful of other films that are just super gory, and a couple of films were in there because the editor asked that they go in. Personally, when I watched them, they were okay. They were nothing special. They weren't super terrible. They weren't super good. They were just average. Actually, I think maybe Butt Crack was in there. One of the books, one of the films in that book. I mentioned that just because you can watch Butt Crack on my channel now, and you can also order. You can also order Nulo Games films, the product, and yeah.
Yeah. But he won't give away all of his digital downloads for free.
No, I will not. I will. There's some I'll give away for free because they're already free.
Take have the anti-chili view. Sell people the stuff that you give away for free.
Yeah. Actually, that option is on some of the products. They're listed as pay what you want, Then there's a suggested price. Most people just take them for free, but every so often there's that one person that either pays the suggested price or they pay more than the suggested price, which I always appreciate. But I always just
Yeah.
makes. I mean, I'm grateful, but I'm also equally surprised. And what is this? 100 movies you should actually see by Lex 2 Public. What is it? Pubic? I don't even know what that means. Pubic. Okay, that got blocked using the swing set, and the baby was funny. Yes. And when Paprika says, your mother and my dog. Yeah. Oh, not Paprika. The love interest woman. That's her, right? I'm trying to remember. It's been so long. Prakita, that's the girl, right?
Sure.
Yes, I'm going to be able to confirm this for you without ever seeing the movie. Uh-huh.
Right. Right. Now that you mention it, Steve, I still don't remember it, but you are correct.
All right, checks in the mail, guys. Thank you very much. Okay, well, we got the proofs in. We had me having a meltdown online. Yay. I think I will have to edit that out. But if I edit things, I don't want to edit things, because if I edit things, I'm going to lose the side chat. And particularly now with the quotes from Brain Dead and Carrie plugging my probably, I think it's probably long out of print. I don't know. I haven't seen a copy in years. I don't even have, well, do I even have a copy anymore? I don't think I do. Wow, that's another book that I didn't keep a copy of. Huh, oh well. It's listed at IMDb. Brain Dead? Yeah, I would hope so. It is a fun movie. What's that film of his with the aliens?
Who with the aliens?
Oh no, it's again. It's in the vein. It's a Peter Jackson film. It's one of his early sort of comedies, sort of gross out pictures. And it's something about aliens. The poster has this guy with a hideous kind of malformed face. And there's always Meet the Feebles. I think that's what it's called. Meet the Feebles. It's sort of a what if the Muppets were all perverts, basically.
Aren't they?
Yeah, that's. I don't remember what the name of what other film is though. Bad Taste. There it is. Thank you, Surrender Monkey. I knew I could rely on you, being able to tell us the name of a trashy movie. But yes, it is called Bad Taste, and it is also absolutely hilarious. If you ask me, I love it. I love I actually enjoy all of those three films. Meet the Feebles, whatever that thing is called. That's my least favorite of those three early Peter Jackson films. But Bad Taste and Brain Dead, I highly, highly recommend. And Brain Dead has an alternate title, which I'm forgetting right now. But just a minute, Steve. You were only acting. I guess I should. Yeah, that's right. That is the excuse. I was doing a bit. I was trying to, yes, I was. Yes, that's
All
exactly.
right, Chili.
You're doing cranky old man at computer.
Yeah, yeah. I was trying to. I was trying to draw out the trolls, and then I was going to do this sort of double reverse on them. But I started feeling sorry for the trolls, so I stopped. Yeah, yeah. That's it. That's it. And I'm going to edit that in. Kind of move it around in the. Yeah.
Happy,
Um,
happy, joy, joy. Happy, happy,
Happy
joy, joy.
joy.
100 Bloody Acres. Is that Winnie the Pooh horror movie?
No, that's
No.
blood and honey.
Blood and Honey. Okay. Because I
Yes. Did you see the news that some grade school teacher thought it was a good idea? Didn't she thought it was a Winnie the Pooh movie and thought it would be great to show the kids?
Mm-hmm.
oh my god.
Yeah, I have not seen the movie, so I don't know how bad it is, but I've heard how bad it is.
It's bad.
And
It's
it's
really bad.
definitely, from all the reports I get, it's definitely not something you want to show the kids.
No.
For kindergarten students. Let's see if that's real. I cannot believe that's real. Not that I'm doubting you, Hank. I just.
I'm not. I'm not sure of what grade it was, but I know it was elementary school.
Oh, here it is. Variety magazine. Let's see what their version is. In October. Well, it's in Florida, so it's in
Of course.
Florida. So right there we have.
That explains it.
Yep. Showed Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey to a fourth grade class. A mental health counselor has met students who expressed concern. Students expressed concern or mental health counselor. Let's see. Fourth graders at a K through 12 charter school, and charter school is it's sort of a private school here in the United States, unless I'm misconstruing that. In
Charter
Miami
schools
Springs,
are private schools.
Yep.
Well, they're publicly, yeah.
They're publicly funded.
They're privately funded public schools, but it's where rich folks want to send their kids so they don't have to hang with the riffraff.
Yeah. And yes, and of course it was Florida, says Carrie. So the fourth graders got an upsetting Halloween surprise when their teacher screened the horror movie Winnie the Pooh, Honey and Blood, reports CBS Miami. Despite the title of the film, including Winnie the Pooh, the movie is not suitable for children as it follows Winnie and Piglet on a bloodthirsty rampage after Christopher Robin abandons them for college. The film was shown to fourth graders at the Academy of Innovative Education on October 2nd. I feel completely abandoned by the school, Michelle Diaz, a parent whose twins were in the fourth grade class, told ABC News, adding that the movie was shown because of a careless teacher. Let's see. According to Diaz, the film played for 20 to 30 minutes before the teacher shut it off. She said the students were allowed to pick a movie to watch, and they selected Blood and Honey. But it's not for them to decide what they want to watch. Yeah, that's right. It's up to the professor to look at the content. Yeah.
Yeah, if the kids would have picked Deep Throat, you wouldn't have shown that to them, I hope.
Right.
Well, it is Florida.
Yeah.
Good night, Zeke. Thank you for trying to stop my meltdown. I appreciate it. Yeah, I got another 15 or 20 minutes, and I'm going to have to call it a night too. But he didn't stop the movie, even though kids
It's a
were
night.
saying,
I called it already.
"Hey, stop the movie. We don't want to watch this," Diaz added. Well, then they have a quote from the head of the school, Vera Hirsch. What's Deep Throat? Carrie asks.
It's a very famous 70s porno.
Yes.
Sounds like one of my lesson plans. Surrender Monkey says. Okay, so school's official statement from the headmaster. The Academy for Innovative Education has become aware that a segment of a horror movie was shown to fourth graders Monday, October 2nd, 2023. That was not suited, a horror film that was not suitable for the age group. Our administration promptly addressed this issue directly with the teacher and has taken appropriate action to ensure the safety and well-being of students. So no more R-rated or unrated, I believe. Actually, I don't think they submitted
Was
Honey for
R-rated.
rating.
Yeah,
it was R-rated.
It was R-rated. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. We are actually monitoring.
There may be an unrated version, but
oh, here we go. Blood and Honey was released without a rating, so you're right.
Oh.
There's an unrated version. Was released without a rating, which would explain how the film ended up as an option for the fourth graders to watch. Once again, it's obviously it's real. It happened. We have it from CBS, which is a reputable news source, more or less. And Variety picked it up, and we got named folks here. And to me, it's just mind blowing that the teacher would not. Carrie is so innocent, she doesn't know what deep throat is. Deep Throat is educational, or Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. I kind of like the concept, but clips I've seen from this film made me. I like the concept of Christopher Robin just turns his back on these creatures out in the woods, and they feel hurt and abandoned, and they go absolutely ape shit. I like the basic idea. The clips I've seen from the film did not make it look appealing to me, at least. So I have not actually watched it.
Yeah, it was an interesting concept, but from what everything I've heard of people who have seen at least parts of it is like, it's just not a good movie.
Yeah. Okay. So
I never cared to watch it because I thought it seemed stupid for just to be stupid. So.
Yeah.
To me, it was a kind of an interesting concept, but I did think right off the bat that it was somebody just trying to go against the grain.
Well, yeah, because Winnie the Pooh came in the public domain, and they went, "Oh, here's what we can do."
They just want to do the most extreme thing they could think of.
Yep.
So one thing about this
and maybe they're screwing with China.
Yeah.
Could be.
They do not. That psychiatrist reference in the headline does not show up anywhere in this article. Wait, I'm trying to apply actually journalistic and editorial standards to modern press. What am I thinking?
Yeah, it was just clickbait.
Yeah. All right. Well. Let's see. What? All right. When you're 11, what grade is that?
I don't remember.
6th grade?
Okay. Yeah.
Let's see. You'd be what?
Or
13
5th
and
grade.
Yeah.
5th grade. Okay. All right. Well,
because you're usually 1 year old when you start 1st grade, right?
1 year old? Yeah.
No. Yeah.
It's been a while since I've been there. Huh? Okay.
Yeah. The only reason it crossed my mind is that we were traveling around in the States when I was 11, and we were in Nevada in a hotel and watching TV, and Horror Express was on. And my sister and I were watching that and just thought it was the greatest thing ever. So that's why I was, and again, I had not seen Pooh, but Horror Express, for those that haven't seen it, it's a film with where they're traveling in a train across the frozen Siberian wastes, and they have this ancient creature they've dug out of the ground on board, and it wakes up and starts killing everybody on the train, and it takes the shape of people that it kills. So, and Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee have to team up to save everybody and themselves. So, great movie.
Then.
Check it out, but probably not something little kids should have been watching, but we enjoyed the hell out of it anyway.
I was under 10 years old when my brothers forced me to watch Phantasm.
Oh, I love that film. Of course, I didn't see it till I was like 14 or 15.
Yeah, and you didn't get forced to watch it while your brothers are fucking with you the entire fucking time. So Phantasm was a pretty traumatizing experience for me, but that was the last horror movie that was actually scary to me. Everything I've seen since, it's been like, I mean, some of them have where it'll have the jump scares where you jerk back a little bit, but I'm not really scared in any of the movies anymore.
Well, jump scares have become, say they're passe is a bit much. I mean, they're
well, it worked when I used it. It worked when I used one on Artie.
Oh. Yeah. Well,
for his 10K anniversary, I used to throw jump scares at him all the time, and there was one jump scare or one live stream he did that we hit him with so many jump scares. He went from $10 jump scares all the way up to $100 jump scares. And I edited out all the jump scares, just clipping out the rest of the live stream and just doing jump scare to jump scare. There's 20 or 30 jump scares in the whole set. But then for his 10K anniversary, everybody was doing some videos for it to be played during the. So I did it. I had a beer in my hand. I purposely put the volume down to where you could barely hear what I was saying, and you can see Artie adjust the volume on his headset.
Okay.
And then gets to the right point. I raise my beer and toast Artie. He takes a drink of his beer, and then I hit the jump. That's when the jump scare came out, and spit take all over his new carpet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, people at work, they sort of love wandering into my office when I'm concentrating on things, or into my work area when I'm concentrating on things, and startling me. So I guess I am susceptible to those kind of things. But I guess it's mostly because I watch a lot of short films these days, and too many quote horror filmmakers rely on, that's their ending, just creature lunging at the camera or something along those lines.
And the special the excessive gore is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they've got the special effects they just never had with the movies I grew up with. I still love some of the. early movies that left so much to the imagination, but they did a good job of telling enough of the story to feed your imagination to fill in the lines.
Yeah.
Like, could you
Yeah.
imagine Hitchcock's Bates? What was it the Bates
Psycho.
Motel or what? Psycho.
Psycho?
How
Well,
gored out it would be if it was made today.
Oh yeah.
apparently somebody did a remake of Psycho.
Mhm.
They
I
did a
didn't watch
TV
it
series.
because
I don't know if they did. They
no,
do
the
a
series
movie
was
to it too?
yeah. Some guy did a from what I've heard at least, it was kind of a pretty much a shot by shot sort of copy of Psycho. I mean, I don't know whether he added more gore or what he did to it, but what reviews I read, uh, critics were upset because it really was just okay. Let's remake Psycho with in color and with a new cast.
Well, if they did it in color and added the things Hitchcock was forced to remove because the censors wouldn't allow,
Yeah,
that would be worth what. They had to make changes to the first kill where he kills her in the shower. They had to make changes to that to ease the censors, but they did it well. I mean, it's the
That is and I'm just looking at the sort of some comments on site 1998, not 88, 1998, and
That's the one with Anne Heche.
yep, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. It was not good.
yeah. Apparently, it was a complete bomb. But Ghost Story, that is an awesome movie.
Mm.
The Peter Straub book it's based on is also quite good. But Ghost Story is actually one of the rare movies that is actually possibly better than the book it's based on.
yeah.
I'd highly recommend Ghost Story if you haven't seen it. It's got, like you said, a lot of old timey actors that are old when it was
Yeah,
made.
that was a good movie. Yes. I did
I
like that.
I rewatched Silverado the other day, and it just reminded me how the older movies, the orchestral music made or broke some of the movies. Like the orchestral music for Silverado just was on point for the scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And today they rely on they'll use pop music and other things that just doesn't do the same. But you get a movie like Silverado had a great soundtrack for it. Last of the Mohicans. Without the soundtracks, they would still be decent movies, but they wouldn't have been great movies.
Yep. Yeah. Even again, maybe this is just in my day things were much better, but even it
You
seemed to
know,
be the people that did those great scores back in the day, like John Williams, uh, his score for Empire Strikes Back, for example.
Yeah.
That music is superior to the stuff that he did for the prequels, except for maybe the first one.
Yeah. Well, the first three had great orchestral soundtracks to them.
yes.
But then when they did the three prequels, Not so much.
Yeah, it like got progress in my opinion, and I have them all, and I've listened to them all repeatedly. It got they got progressively weaker. Um,
Yeah.
and
Nothing impresses me about the last three.
oh yeah, no, that so many things were done incorrectly with those that uh,
I mean, they got lazy as hell. They just redid the plot of the first three movies.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And if some of the rumors that are floating around are true, they also kept sort of changing course as they were moving through the production process, which is never a good idea. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know. Now they're talking about doing some even more Star Wars films, like with Rey as the main.
Well, there are definitely some more Star Wars films that are in the works, including um oh, what's his name? The Blue Admiral.
Oh, Thrawn?
Yeah.
Huh.
They're going to do a movie for his storyline instead of a series like they did with
Huh.
Ahsoka and all.
Mm.
I like the series they've done since. Um. Uh. What was a prequel that was between the first three and the original series?
Oh,
Rogue One. Rogue One.
yeah. Actually,
I
Rogue
thought
One and Solo were both pretty good, I thought.
I hated Solo.
Oh, really? Okay.
They went with their own canon for it instead of what Han Solo was a Corellian naval pilot, not an Imperial naval pilot.
Yeah, that actually that's one of those fun things. Well, fun things that there's contradictions if you go digging through the material. The old stuff that was coming out in the 80s and early 90s. Some sources will say that he was, like you say, a Corellian pilot, and others will say that he actually was working for the Empire. I only know that this because I plowed through a lot of stuff. Uh, um, Again, since Carrie was digging up skeletons in my closet, she can find Star Wars skeletons in there too if she goes looking. Um, but uh, but I actually I kind of like the notion that he got basically booted out of the Imperial Navy. But I can see the other point of view as well.
Well, he never made it through the naval school. He got booted out of the Navy into the ground troops.
Right. Yeah. That's
So
yeah.
how did he become a starship pilot? It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah. Actually, okay. As far as that goes, yeah. I think they sort of missed some opportunities there. I do agree. And
well, his pants were from the Corellian Navy.
right, the blood stripe thing. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no. I certainly understand, but
Yeah. That's just why I can't stand Solo. It just took the canon that I grew up going as canon, and they went their own route with it and contradicted the movies.
Yeah, this might sound weird, but I don't get personally, I get annoyed if I think that they're just wasting characters or getting things completely wrong. But for many, 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 many years, I have basically, there's the real Star Wars, and that's the stuff I've made up, and then there's what's in the movies and the comics and all the other stuff. And part of that comes from the fact that I have been running. Actually, the game's been running nonstop. I haven't always been the one running it, but the game's been running pretty much nonstop on a weekly, once a while, bi-weekly basis since 1996.
Wow.
And it's a role-playing game. Traditionally, you roll dice. And there's only myself and one other of the original players that are left, but most of the other group has been playing since I think 1999. So yeah, I have, and when I started this, actually, I started making up Star Wars stuff when I was just a little kid because I was a little bit of a dork. I had remember those little Kenner figures? I don't know if anyone else had those toys, but I had a bunch of those toys, and I would make up adventures. And when I started playing role-playing games, we started the Star Wars game, I already had, the backstory that showed up in those movies, for example, no, that's not what happened in the real Star Wars. If you throw me a question, I could, and I could tell you what the real history of a particular situation.
Yeah.
And in the game, I have set up that the episodes 1, 2, 3, and 4, they're a film series called the Obi-Wan saga, and they were made by Lando Films Limited. So yeah, LFL, Lando Films Limited. And yeah, so anyhow, that's me. I'm a big huge geek.
Yeah.
But yeah, and actually the last few years, we've been running that game via Discord.
Nice.
Because COVID came along, and people were nervous, and so we had to figure out some way to keep it going. And now we've got a player in Chicago that's playing. There's a player that may or may not be sticking around. We'll see. Because that's one of the difficult things when you've got the games are running for so long, so there's a lot of back history, and there's all kinds of elements that are in there that some people understand, and although I try to make sure that newcomers are sort of read in and know about some of the like there's some cultures that exist in the game that don't exist in the real Star Wars, or there are things that I defined before Lucasfilm defined them, because there were things that they had said that, we're never gonna say this history will never be revealed, or something like that.
Well, they keep revealing pieces of history I never thought would come up. In the Ahsoka series, did you watch it?
I am so way behind on so many things. I've not watched it yet, but it is on the list that I want to see. Things I need to watch.
Yeah, they bring some stuff out from canon that was buried. That I liked how they brought them out. So
okay, well, I
don't want to go into details and spoil it for you.
Yeah, personally, I spoilers never bother me. but I don't want to. Yeah, let's not spoil it for whoever might be watching out there in the big world. Who cares about spoilers?
Yeah.
But no, I just finally. Well, I guess not finally, because I guess I'm actually on time for once. I was watching Loki. Um,
Yep.
I like the whole time travel, alternate realities sort of plot lines and elements. And
It's definitely one that I've had to rewatch a couple of them to. Wait a minute, what's this going on now?
yeah,
You miss these little minutia moments that give away things that's going to come up, but you miss them when you watch them the first time because
Yeah.
just
it's a really fun show. If you guys have Disney Plus and you haven't watched it, I would recommend it. Even if you haven't watched much of the other Marvel stuff, you can. I mean, they summarize the little pieces that matter. But and I'm halfway through the second Doctor Strange film, and I've been halfway through it for many months. So I need to get back to finish that.
it was all right, but I was hoping for more from it.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I'm at the point where he. Again, I don't think this will spoil the film, but he's meeting with Scarlet Witch in her imaginary orchard place, whatever that thing is. So I guess actually the one thing that you would need to fully understand is having watched the Scarlet Witch TV show or series, which
Yeah, I
I have.
did.
I've heard that it has some interesting moments, but overall it's more just kind of a sneering take at old time television and films.
It had some. I don't know if it was a sneering take, but they did their episode. Each episode was progressing through different TV series.
Okay.
Like didn't they? They start off with something like Dick Van Dyke and work their way up through
Huh.
through progressively more further along the timeline. So instead of aging in, they're aging as they go through these different shows. It's something different.
Okay. So should I put it back on the list of things to get around to? Would you recommend it?
Yeah, because it does fill in some holes with some of the other stuff going on in Marvel.
Okay. All right. I will. It's on that huge backlog of stuff that I need to get around to.
That's one of the things with the Marvel universe. They tie in these Easter eggs and some. I usually will watch a Marvel movie 2 or 3 times just to try and catch what they're.
Yeah.
And try and guess where they're leading to. I mean, some of it's obvious, like when they give in the Iron Man where they give him Captain America's shield, and
Right.
he's using it to level off one of his devices at one point, but it was a kind of a giveaway that Captain America was going to be coming back in the scene.
Yeah. Yeah. I also one thing that's high on the list I need to get around to Marvel wise is the third Guardians of the Galaxy film. I liked the first two, and I absolutely loved the Christmas special.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Kevin Bacon as Kevin
Yeah.
Bacon.
I just rewatched X-Men First Class not long ago, and then Kevin Bacon as the evil German.
Oh, I haven't seen any of the X-Men films, any of them. But yeah, so many stuff to get around to.
Yeah, but yeah, Kevin Bacon ended up being the evil mutant for X-Men First Class.
Oh, okay.
And it's the story of the building of the X-Men, and Magneto's gives you the background into their lives and why they got where they are.
So it's Magneto and Professor X, basically.
Magneto, Professor X. Then you have the blue girl,
Mystique.
Huh. The Beast. Wolverine is in the movie, but just for a few minutes as they're going and trying to contact the mutants and bring them into their team. Professor X and Magneto are working together. They're on the same side building the team, the original team.
Huh.
And they go into this bar, and they go to say something to Logan, and he gives them some grumpy, and they just okay and turned around and left.
Okay. Probably wise. Gary says, "I am Groot," and yep. Teenage rebellious Groot was also hilarious, I thought.
They did there's something on Groot. It's a Groot show. I don't know if it was a series or a movie or what.
Yeah, I've seen the thumbnail. I haven't checked it out. It's like Baby Groot or something like that.
It's the preteen Groot, I think.
Yeah, so much stuff, and of course, I just remembered that I am still subscribed to HBO or whatever it's called now. Max, I think, is called Max.
Yep.
I subscribed because I just enjoyed the heck out of the Perry Mason series.
Oh yeah,
Perry Mason prequel. I thought that was fantastic, and I still need to watch the second one, but
the first season was all right. It got me interested towards the end, but it took like 4 or 5 episodes before I really started. Which a lot of those is that way. The second season, though, oh Lord, it was good.
Okay, yeah, that one. It seemed like they hit the ground running with the second one. The first one, and a coworker of mine was watching the series as well, and he's the one that pretty much said, "Hey, you need to get HBO because I want someone to talk to about this series." And I said, "Okay, fine, whatever." Perry Mason prequel, okay.
Yeah,
and he said the same thing you did, that it's slow, it's interesting, but it's slow. And I point out to him, well, it's not paced like a television series. I mean, that's both good and bad. It was based like a really long movie.
Yeah, well, they had to build up all the characters, and it took some time. And
yeah. It was not the pacing we're used to in a television series. But
a lot of the series are like that for me, though.
Yeah. I mean, it's become kind of the it's almost the way they do cable series these days. I mean, they're designing them to have, okay, we know we have 8 episodes. We're gonna tell the story with a pace that is, even in the old days, even when they did 2-part episodes, they still kind of had to wrap. They had, again, look at the shows. They have the beats where, okay, you got your 12 minutes, and at minute number 10, you got a build up to a mini climax, so commercial break, and then after commercial break, you get the slight reset and a tiny little recap of what has gone on, and then you get the same pattern where it builds up, and it all wraps up by the minute 54.
The last series that had me hooked from the first show was Game of Thrones,
which I have not seen, not even a minute of, and people tell me I should, but
it's a rabbit hole that if you watch to the point where you're hooked on it, you're going to be binging.
Yeah. Well, a friend of mine is telling me that I'm confusing Game of Thrones with Wheel of Time, and maybe I am, but I remember I was reading starting to read this book, and that was in a big series. People told me it was a great series. I'm reading. Oh, I'm loving this character, and then the author kills it. And
Wheel of Time. They just had the second season. That's on Amazon. But Game of Thrones, they did 10 seasons of, and then they had the first season of the prequel to Game of Thrones,
Right.
going in to the Lannisters and the Mad King. Which won't make any sense to you since you haven't seen the...
No, actually, I haven't seen it, but everyone, I mean, literally everyone that I know, even the people who don't usually watch those kinds of shows, have seen Game of Thrones. So, and same thing with Breaking Bad. I haven't seen a single episode of Breaking Bad yet. I know enough about the main characters that I'm not completely lost when people are talking about it, because everyone, again, literally everyone I know has seen it.
Yeah, I was a big fan of the Breaking Bad.
Yeah, a lot of people were. I didn't have. Back when I went through a really tight financial time, one of the first things I got rid of was cable. And I didn't miss it because I have other stuff to do. I've getting writing done, and then now with the internet, I can just internet. Even when I was flat busted broke, I had to have internet because again, Nulo Games was starting up, and I needed to be able to put things online, and et cetera, et cetera. And so I could watch TV on websites and such. So I never really missed it, but I missed a lot of these cable shows before they put them online.
I didn't watch Breaking Bad. I didn't watch until I got rid of cable and was doing streaming, watching the streaming programs, and Sons of Anarchy. I saw one of like the third season and go, damn, kind of like this show.
That was a great show.
So I had to go back to Netflix back in the day when you had to get your DVDs in the mail.
Yeah.
And watch the first season with that, and I caught up to the season. I think it was the first 2 seasons I watched that. Then Sons of Anarchy, I watched like the third one on third season when it was live on AMC, and then but Breaking Bad I just did straight from Netflix once Netflix get to what it is today.
Yeah, Sons of Anarchy, that's another A&E series, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
it's FX.
Oh, it's FX.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yep,
FX.
Yeah, I
yep.
haven't seen. That's another one of those. A lot of people I've seen. I've never gotten around
Hulu.
to it. Hey, Cap. Good night. Thank you for hanging out.
All right, Cap.
We'll talk to you next time.
Night, Cap.
Probably without my melting down. But
Promises.
yeah. But yeah, we're getting close to the part where I need to wrap this up, or I'll hate myself in the morning. But just to talk about shows that we love and we enjoy watching. One show I was happy to see come back, even in its kind of slightly reconstituted form, was Bosch.
Oh, love Bosch.
Although interestingly, and this just clicked, and because I'd forgotten that they're the second season that's going on, or that's probably over by now. But I watched the first 2 episodes, and at the end of that second episode in this latest season, wow, that was a great ending. And because I felt so satisfied at the way it wrapped up, that I then didn't feel the urge to go back and watch episode 3, which I need to do. It's just like, again, file under, there's too much stuff to watch.
Yep.
And so this just popped into my head because I don't know, I'm many years of thinking of entertainment as just some thing that you look at and you think about and you then write analysis of it. I can't help but wonder, and I need to find time to go back and watch again. For those of you that have watched more of the episodes, are they all like that? Do they all sort of are 2 episodes basically a semi self-contained story? Because
no,
they're repackaging. This is for repackaging the movies.
That could be, but they're actually moved on to a different storyline, so it's carrying on in multiple episodes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so the
I
next
haven't
2,
watched. Bosch
that's
is one of my to-do list of watching. I haven't watched that series at all yet.
Yes, you need to watch it. You need to start with the first episode.
Yeah. You need to start with Bosch. Don't start with Bosch Legacy. Go all the way back to the beginning.
And you'll like it, Hank. I'm fully confident you will like it.
One of the things I really liked when I looked into the sort of history of the property is how seamlessly, how elegantly they upgraded it to the modern time. Since the original stories were set in the 70s, I think, and Bosch was a Vietnam veteran,
yes,
become a cop, and in this one he's he'd been in Desert Storm and he became a cop. So it was just how the way they shifted into into both the future, I just impressed the heck out of me. I mean, it just felt like it had written in.
That's one thing I liked about the new Jack Ryan series from Amazon.
Another one of those I have to get around to seeing. And Carrie, we're talking about a series called Bosch. I've only watched on Amazon Prime. I don't know if it's been anywhere else.
It is only on Amazon Prime. The new one's on Freevee.
Yeah, the new one.
Oh crap! I hate Freevee.
Oh really?
Way too many commercials.
Oh, yeah. I guess I hadn't really noticed. Really? I mean, do they have? Yeah, I guess they do have some mid-roll commercials, so to speak.
It's every 5 to 7 minutes. There's another commercial break.
Oh, so it's just like the old days watching network TV.
Even worse.
Wow. I had not noticed.
Yeah.
Are there more ads if you're not Amazon Prime, or because I'm basically watching?
I'm on Amazon Prime,
Okay.
And
yeah.
you can't upgrade Freevee to ad free.
Oh, you can't. I thought that was one of the things they were offering, that they had a pay model. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that.
I did the first few shows I watched off it, I looked for a way to upgrade, and there wasn't one available then. Maybe there's one now, but I'm kind of leery about upgrading any of these now because what Paramount did, I upgraded Paramount Plus. Then they changed that level being with ads, and I could just watch all the Paramount stuff. And so I upgraded to Paramount Plus ad free. And after paying all that, Yellowstone, I had to buy the season.
Yes.
And they did a half season, and they had a big break.
Yep.
And it looks like to watch the second half, I'll buy it separately.
Huh. Well.
I mean, I love the Yellowstone series, but this is pissing me off.
Yep. Call that
and they also one of the offshoots 1923, they stopped it mid-season, and it's looking like they're not going to do the second half of the first season.
Oh, after charging people.
It was a great season. I don't know why they would want to discontinue. Well, the fact that they've got Harrison Ford as one of the leads has probably got the budget up there for it.
Yeah. Half the budget right there. No, Carrie, we botched is not what you can say about Bosch. If you like police procedurals and with sort of a swirling mass of social issues and politics and family drama, Bosch is very well executed.
If you like good character dramas,
yes,
all of the characters are very well fleshed out.
Yep. Yeah, even the sort of minor characters like the chief of police.
Yeah, well, and Crack and Barrel.
Oh yeah, Crate and Barrel.
Crate and Barrel, yeah, Crate and Barrel.
What was that? Shameless. Is great character based comedy.
Yes.
Okay.
It's about, what are they, Boston?
The American version. There's actually a British version too.
Yeah, I watched some of the British version and no.
Yeah, it's not as good.
Yeah, but it's a South Boston family that's mom's out of the picture at the beginning, and dad's just a drunken drug addict that takes from the family but doesn't do anything for the family.
Highly dysfunctional.
Okay.
Yes, but it's just so funny. Bad it's funny.
Yeah.
And you really get into it really gets you into watching the character development, and you really get pulling for certain characters. And
here's a show I haven't heard of at all, Mr. Mercedes.
Why did I think I saw an episode of that for some reason.
I might have too. It sounds real familiar.
Is he in that that series you were just talking about?
William H. Macy, I think that's the dad.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he plays those sort of schlubby kind of characters, perfectly. From the days of the shoveler onward.
Yeah, the shuffle.
Yeah.
Yes.
One of my favorite episodes is when the oldest daughter's boyfriend takes the father up to Canada, gets him way over drunk and drugged to where he passes out, takes him up to Canada and leaves him in Canada with no ID or anything.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Mercedes tells the story of a psychopathic killer who drives a stolen Mercedes into a crowd and a recently retired detective who tries to bring him down. Ran 3 years.
Was
Based
Mr.
on
Mercedes a subset?
could possibly be. It's based on a series of novels by Stephen King on a trilogy. It says. Yeah. So, where can I watch Mr. Mercedes season 4? Well, nowhere. There isn't one. So yeah. Okay. Well, sounds interesting. Bill Hodges, retired police officer in Ohio, sets out on a dangerous and potentially criminal crusade when a local serial killer begins tormenting him. So that's another summary of it. His longtime neighbors Holly and Jerome and Ida are helping him out, looking for this bad guy apparently. So, all right, that sounds interesting. I guess once I'm done with all the other things. But Bosch. Now that I'm remembering that I abandoned Bosch after the first 2 episodes, or Bosch Legacy. I need to get back to
You
that.
need to go back.
Yeah. Was written by my bosses. Oh, wow. Based mostly on true stories. Okay.
The British version just didn't keep me as interested as the American version.
Wonder if it's a cultural thing, because I assume the American version is more based in our American stereotypes and
It could be.
probably. And the British one is British.
I mean, the British version of The Office wasn't. I was able to watch the full first season of that without needing too many showers.
Okay. Yeah, I've actually not seen. Hell, I haven't seen either version of The Office. Now I'm thinking about it.
It's the characters in there. You get the character that plays Jim Halpert is also I can't remember his name, but he played in 13 Hours Benghazi. And after the only thing I knew him from, after the only thing known him from was The Office, I was real leery about what they were going to do with 13 Hours Benghazi, but they actually did he surprised me at his how he could handle that type of character, special operations. And then he's done a real good job as Jack Ryan.
Jack Ryan. Yeah, I've heard good things about that series as well.
Yeah, they did a really good job of taking the original storyline and move it along the timeline to being in a current timeline.
Oh. Okay. All right. Well, Yeah, one reason why I hadn't looked at it is because I was wondering if that was feasible, but you're saying that it is. Okay. I will add that to the list.
Yeah, I mean, I fell in love with the books on Jack Ryan, and yeah, I fell in love with the books for Jack Ryan. The movies, the original movies they did, didn't really make me feel it. But the series, I think it's that they're bringing it up to the current timeline, but keeping a lot of the character traits that you got to know through the books. It helps. I mean, when you do a really good book and then they make a movie out of it, the movie always sucks compared to the book. Usually sucks compared to the book.
Yeah, 900 out of 10. That is certainly true. Yep. Yeah. Hell, for many, many years, the only exception I was aware of where I hated the book, but I thought the movie was really fun. Well, again, another Stephen King thing. Needful Things. I read the book, and that was what made me stop reading Stephen King because it bored me so.
Wow, I love Stephen King books.
Oh yeah. Well, I used to as well until I hit Needful Things, and then I said, and I understand in retrospect that this was kind of his idea of putting a period behind that sort of time of his writing career. So he went through all of the tropes from his earlier novels. But I was reading it and I was thinking, I've read this before. He's done all this before. Why am I reading inferior versions of stuff that I've read years ago? And so that turned me off completely on Stephen King for many years. But the movie based on Needful Things, I thought was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed the heck out of it. So that was one where I said, okay, crappy book, but good movie. And people argue with me about Needful Things, the book. And
That's not one I've read. I did make the huge mistake of reading The Stand while stuck in a hospital.
Well, that's such a huge book that you could probably get through it.
I got through it, but just the idea of a plague rolling through being every time I'm in the elevator with somebody who coughs, I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh no, Captain Trips! Ah. Yeah, Carrie. Carrie's heading out. Thank you, Carrie. Always appreciate you hanging out. And it is 2 a.m. in my time, and I need to call it a night as well, guys.
It's night.
I love talking about this sort of stuff. We need to do more of this, actually. So yeah, if you guys are around next week, man, we can do some more chatting about TV and
all right,
and what have you.
Alrighty.
But for now, thank you, Your Holiness. I appreciate you stopping by.
I only have one last thing to say.
Okay.
Get off my lawn.
Learning. Bye now.
Yep. Good night, everybody. Thank you, Surrender Monkey. And you get the last word. The books are just as good as porn movies, and sometimes the films are better than the books. Yes, you are absolutely correct. All right. Good night, everybody. Thank you again, and we'll see you next time.